In this lesson, we will explore scatter plot. So the data file is available. This is the Excel file. Name of our file is Immigration to Canada. These are the different countries, this column, right? So far we have 180 different countries from where people were migrated from 1980 to 2013 to Canada, and we have to work on this file. But I highly recommend that please watch my previous video, which is pie charts and box plot, at least pie charts, in order to understand scatter plot more accurately, because I have imported matplotlib, numpy, pandas, everything in that video. So here I have written a scatter plot. So a scatter plot is the 2D plot, actually is a useful method for comparing variables against each other. A scatter plot looks similar to line plot. As in the case of line plot, we have different variables, independent variable and the dependent variable usually we take on y-axis, independent variable we take on x-axis, and we make a graph. In case of line graph, we get the line at the end, but in the scatter plot we only get the points, data points. So when you will read it, it will be much more clear to you. But here I have written that with further analysis using tools like regression, we can mathematically calculate this relationship and use it to predict trends outside the data set. Here I am not going to calculate the regression line, but I will show you how you can make a best fit line. In the description, I will also provide the video link of my statistics regression line, or the line of best fits. In this way you will learn more. So here is my first question. Using a scatter plot, let's visualize the trend of total immigration to Canada, right? Total immigration, Canada, all countries for 1980 to 2013. So first of all, our first step should be get the data set. Since we are expecting to use the relationship between the years and total population, see, population data type is integer, so we will convert into integer, years data type into integer as well. So first is we have to find out the total, individual total of 1980. How many peoples were migrated in 1980 from different countries to Canada? Similarly for 1981, 1982, and so on. So here I have written this syntax, my pandas dot data frame. Keep in mind, data frame you have to write down exactly the same, D and F capital, remaining on the lowercase. Now this is your job as well. Write down all in lowercase and try what happens. It will not work. So then this is my original data frame, can underscore m, right? We had created when we had started this course. That is why I highly recommend that you have to watch all videos in sequence in order to understand better. And this years is my variable which I had created in my last video as well, dot sum. And then when I will run it, so you will see now in 1980, 84,541 people were migrated from all over the world, from 180 countries, what we have in our data frame so far. Similarly for 1981, this is the total. So total we had received with the help of dot sum function. Now move on to the second, to check the data type. As I said that we have to convert our years into integer data type. So here in my this case, this is my index, right? Years are my index. That is why if you want to check the data type of your index column, so data frame name dot index, here it says, see, all the years are in quotation. It means that this is the string data type, because string we have to write down in quotation. We want to convert this into integer. So change the years to type integer, and this will be useful when regression line later on. How to do it? Map. If you want to convert the data type, then you have to use map function. In parentheses, you have to provide two parameters. First one is in which you want to convert. In the last lesson we did string str, so here is integer. Do not write down integer complete, only int, and this is our data frame dot index. And when I will check it, so you will see now the quotation has gone. It means now it is converted to integer data type. Okay, our next is, see, as I have mentioned that our index is years. We want to convert back. We do not want our index column as a year. I said it should be the year column should be my column. So what you have to do after your data frame reset underscore index, you have to write down, and in place is equal to true means you are going to permanently set this index as a column. When I will run it, you will see now this is our first column, this is our second column. If we do not supply our own index, system will generate 0 1 2 3. Always the index starts with 0. This is automatically, so you can see that all the indexes are there. Okay, now rename the column. We had two columns. First is year and second is total. So for rename, write down your data frame name dot columns, and in a square bracket write down year and total. When I will run it, you will see the first column name is year, now second is total. It looks much better, right? So in above I have shown you 5 different coding in 5 different cells. Then I had executed only to show you how it works. But if you want, you can write down all these 5 codings in one cell and then you can run it. You will get the same output, right? Whatever we did so far in individual cell, I have written in one cell. When I will execute it, you will see the same output, right? I hope this is clear. Now is the plotting time. Plot the data. In matplotlib, we can create the scatter plot. So kind is equal to scatter, right? Last time we have written kind is equal to pi. When we were making the box plot, kind is equal to box. So this is the scatter, kind is equal to scatter. And keep in mind that in a scatter plot we use x and y axis. That is why we have to assign x and y axis as well. We will also need to pass in x and y keywords to specify the columns. So how you have to write down your data frame name dot plot in parenthesis kind is equal to scatter. X and y you have to mention when you create the scatter plot. X is equal to year, y is equal to total, and these are the string. That is why you have to use the quotation. Figure size 10 by 8 means this is the width and height. You can increase or decrease according to your choice. Color is blue. Whatever you want you can write down here. Plt.title, X label, Y label, right? These we already have discussed so many times. When I will execute it, you will see a very nice scatter plot. This is my heading, right? And you can see all this. As I said, that line plot and the scatter plot more or less both are same, but here we do not have any line. But with the help of, you can present this to your audience. It is pretty much clear. With the help of this graph, we can say as the number of years increases, because these are years increases, the number of immigrants also increases, right? It means there is a relationship, positive relationship. If it is 100% positive relationship, then it is said +1. 100% positive relation means if I will make a line, if I want to join these points, all points should be on the straight line. But if I will start my line from here, you can see only several points. If I will start from here, only 3 or 4 points on the line. If I will start from my line, so this is the best fit line. How you know from where you have to draw the line, I will show you in the next graph. This is done. You can present to the audience. You can analyze your data with the help of this graph, right? After that we will do some more modification. We will try to make the best fit line, right? Okay, move on. So it means there is a positive relationship between these two variables, but not 100%, maybe 70%, maybe 60%, maybe 40%, but there is a relationship. As the number of years increases, the immigration increases. So here I have written, notice how the scatter plot does not connect the data points together. We can clearly observe upward trend in the data. As the years go by, the total number of immigrants increases. Whatever I said is written here, right? Now the question is, let's try to plot a linear line of best fit, right? Best fit, and use it to predict the number of immigrants in 2015. Because 2015 data is not available, we will just make our prediction. So after making the best fit line, you can predict how many immigrants in 2017, 2020, or even 2025, right? I will show you. For this purpose, you have to use the NumPy's polyfit method. Now, what is the polyfit method? It is very, very easy. what we are going to do, we are creating the line of best fit. So here is x. So in the polyfit method, see here, you have to write down x. X means x coordinates for the data, means what you are taking on x-axis. X is equal to data frame name, and we are taking years on the x-axis. Write down in quotation in square bracket. Y-axis means what we are taking on the y-axis, our data frame name, and total number of immigrants we are taking on the y-axis here. And then is fit function, right? This is the numpy dot polyfit. In parentheses, write down x. So x we have defined here, only write down the name of variable. Y, only write down the name of the variable instead of writing all this. Degree is equal to 1 because we want the line, linear line, best fit. So 1 means linear, 2 means quadratic, but we are using linear here. That is why I said degree is equal to 1. When I will run it, you will see we will have now two numbers, right? What these numbers represent, I will show you. 3.75 and so on. Plus 2 means we have to multiply this number by 100, and plus 5 means we have to multiply this number by 10,000 in order to get a whole number. The output is an array with the polynomial coefficients, highest power first. So see, this is the highest power and this is the lowest power. Since we are plotting a linear regression, and you know very well linear regression is y is equal to ax plus b. B is the intercept, a is the coefficient, x is the independent variable, and this is the dependent variable. Again, I will give you the link of my statistics video in order to understand this concept very well, how we make the line of best fit. Our output has two elements, yes, we know. One element, second element, with the slope in position 0 and intercept in the position 1. You can see that this will be a 0 and this is the intercept b. B is 1 and then is 0. Step number 2, plot the regression line, right? Now this is the important point, how we have to make the regression line. From here to here is exactly same whatever we did in our previous coding in order to make a simple regression scatter plot. Now plot line of best fit ax is equal to b. So plt dot plot x. See what is x? X are the years, and here I have mentioned, recall that x is the years dot fit. Fit 0 multiply by x. See, this is 0 and intercept is 1. I said plus fit 1. Color is equal to red, right? And then is the annotate. What this annotate works and what is the meaning of this line, what is the meaning of this coding. First I will run and then I will explain to you, then it will be much more clear what I am going to explain you. Okay, see here, with the help of this coding we got this line. So this is the best fit line, and y is equal to 370. This is y is equal to ax plus b. This is our b intercept, this is our x. So sorry, a, from where I got this 376 and this number I will show you now. And this is the annotation as well. Annotate means where I want to show this y is equal to ax plus b on my graph. I said here 2013 and the intersection of 120. If you want to print this here, suppose, then make it 1995, and here you can make 90,000. It will come here. I will show you here. Write this one, this line my. So the last one is XY coordinate, where you want to annotate your text. I said in this intersection, and this is my literal and this is my format. Dot format fit 0 fit 1. This is the intercept, right? We have discussed this earlier. And this one is 0. Here you can change and play with it. 0f means you will get whole number, just like 376. If I will make it 2 here, if I will make it 2 here, this is the intercept. Intercept is 1, and this is, see, I will show you here. This is the slope 0 and intercept 1. So this is slope 0, intercept 1. And what is the meaning of this? I made it 0.2. Right here, if you want, I can change it. I will make it 1990 here, and instead of this we can make 80,000, so our annotation will change. And what this will do, we will get our answer two decimal places, right? When I will execute it, you will see now our annotation is here, right? As I have changed the xy coordinate, but initially it was 376, now it is after two decimal, after two decimal, right? So this was the purpose of this line. If you want make it 1, right, it will give you one decimal. Zero means whole number. Now I will give you here one homework. Just delete this decimal and run it. You will see you will what output you will get. And for this line, number of immigrants, right, zero again, it is the same, plus year, because we want to predict how many immigrants in 2015. So this one, 376 multiply by 2015, 2015, whatever is the answer, subtract this. It means in 2015 these much people were migrated from different countries to Canada. If you want to check for 2020 2025, so write down 376 2025, multiply this, subtract this, right? Now where I got this 376, again I will show you. When I execute this degree is equal to 1, I got this, right? So here you have to multiply by, because here is 0 2 multiply by 100, it will be round 376. Here you have to multiply by 5, so 65925 you have to take, right? I hope this is clear. So this is the line of best fit, that there is a relation between year and number of immigrants, but not 100%, right? Only few points are touching. Okay, now move on the next question. Here I will recommend you to pause my video. This is the question: create a scatter plot of the total immigration from Brazil, Sri Lanka and Poland to Canada from 1980 to 2013. Whatever we did so far for all the countries, you can do for three countries. After that, when you will done, you can tally your results. But here I have written, I will give you the solution as well. So these are the requirements. First of all, I'm not going to run this all functions individually this time, but if you want, you can run individually on each cell. Then df underscore bsp, I have made this my data frame. This is Brazil, Sri Lanka and Poland. That is why I said df underscore bsp. And this is the log function, because we need only three countries, we will use log function, and then we will take the transpose. Why we are going to take the transpose, we have discussed so many times. Here I'm not going to, because we are going to make our index in a column. And here all the things, this is pd data frame, access is equal to 1 means column. Here we want to convert our name of the columns as year and total. When I will run it, you will see our data frame. These are our year and total, because we had discussed this just I think 5 or 10 minutes ago. Generate the scatter plot. Everything is same. Scatter plot x this, y this. Here I said my plot should be green color. My figure size, width and height 8 by 5, you can change it. This is my plt. If you want, you can annotate or whatever, right? So when I will run it, you will get a nicely scatter plot. And now you can predict, you can make some analysis that in 1980 these three countries there were approx, you can say 800 or 900 immigration people were coming Canada, came Canada, and then trend was like this. Here was a spike in 1990. Highest number of people were migrated from these three countries to Canada. Now it is going like this. You can make and present to your audience. So I hope the third part of this is also clear. Scatter plot. Please practice it. See you in the next lesson. Subscribe to my channel, share and like. Thank you so much.